When you get down to the size of an atom, things become more chaotic and less predictable. But why? In 1927, Nobel Prize-winning Nazi physicist Werner Heisenberg came up with a theory called the uncertainty principle, which basically states that the smaller something is, the more unpredictable it becomes. If you want a more complicated and accurate description of the uncertainty principle, here are all of the equations you would need to learn. Although if Werner Heisenberg had it his way, the equations probably would have looked something more like this. Say hello to my little friend. Don't worry, it's not my penis. It's an atom. Atoms actually don't look like solar systems, as most of us were led to believe. In fact, everything you learned about atoms in public schools was probably a lie. An atom does have a nucleus, and this nucleus is surrounded by electrons and protons, and maybe neutrons? But they do not orbit the nucleus like a solar system. They orbit sporadically, more like clouds moving around the Earth, except not like that at all. In all honesty, an atom is too complicated to explain simply. But to explain it simply, let's imagine the objects orbiting our solar system are musical instruments being played by Hootie and the Blowfish. It's predictable and boring, like your parents watching CSI. Now imagine the objects orbiting an atom are musical instruments being played by the Dave Matthews Band. It's unpredictable and exhilarating, like public transportation. Because of their electric surfaces, atoms are constantly pushing each other away, which means when we touch an object, we never actually touch it. But don't tell the guy on the bus that. I want him to keep touching me. If everything in the world was seen in atoms, there would be no visible difference between any object, even say a human, and a cat's butthole. This is because all atoms are in fact the same. They just have a different number of protons and electrons. So the next time you're in an art museum, just remember on the atomic level, all of it looks the same. And art is a lie. I hope you learned something today. And if you didn't, you're either incredibly smart or incredibly dumb.